Hey, how's it going, guys? My name's Brian. I am the re-recording mixer for the reboot of The Misfits. I know that's kind of a fancy title, but basically what that means is that I'm the one responsible for making sure that all of you lovely people, the voice actors, sound as good as you possibly can in the final audio mix of all of the episodes when they get released to the public. You've probably noticed that we've been implementing a lot of new standards for the audio files that you deliver to Isaiah, and that's my fault. So if you're annoyed by that, be angry at me, not at Isaiah. But Isaiah and I have been going back and forth on this for a little while now, and we really feel strongly about making sure that the audio quality is not only good but is consistent among all of the voice actors. So that's the reason for all of this. That being said, these standards are can be a little audio techy in some places. So just in case some of you guys are unfamiliar with these things, and you're a little lost, I figured I'd make this video and make it real easy for you and just walk you through and show you how to make sure your files meet these new standards. So here I am on Audacity because I figure most of you are probably working in Audacity. If you're not working in Audacity, if you're working in something else, still watch this. All of the things that I'm going to talk about apply to other digital audio workstations, or DAWs as they're called, as well. But definitely stick around to the end because I've got a special instruction for you guys at the end of this. So, anyways, here we are. The first thing we're going to do, you guys know how to record everything. You know how to set up to record. Make sure you're recording in mono, not stereo, mono. This is super, super important. All dialogue and voiceover is mono. Remember that. The next thing we need to do is we're going to go up here to preferences. I don't know how to get to this window on PC, but I'm sure it's equally as easy. And we're going to go over here to quality and make sure it's set to 48,000 hertz or 48 kilohertz, 48K. By default, it should probably be set to 44.1. We're looking at 48K. That's what we want. That's the standard for video. We're also going to be at 16-bit. We're going to be recording at a bit depth of 16-bit. Technically, 24-bit is actually the standard, but because most of you guys are probably using USB microphones, a lot of USB microphones don't actually let you record in 24-bit. They're not that quality. This will probably still show up. It'll probably still give you the quality of 24-bit, but your microphone probably can't handle that. So just to make everything consistent, we're going 16-bit across the board. Now, I've already recorded some audio here, right? It's perfect, amazing take, and I think it's ready to be sent off to Isaiah. So I'm going to go over here down to export, and we're going to export as WAV, not MP3. MP3s are terrible. Do not give us MP3s. We're going to export as WAV and make sure it's WAV Microsoft signed 16-bit PCM. Okay. Then we also have new file naming standards. I'm not going to go into that in detail here. All of that stuff is in the Discord. So I'm just going to go ahead and name this like I would if I were doing lines for the Misfits. Misfits, Season 1, Episode 1, Zach, and my Discord tag. And then I'll just save this to the desktop. I already have one there. So I'm gonna just name this that for the moment. And then we can ignore this. And then if we navigate over to the desktop, right? So here is, I already made a file for the example. I forgot about that. But so you can see here, right? I've got all of this, shows me the duration, and here's our sample rate, 48,000 hertz, 16-bit. So now, just by looking at it, we know that that's correct. I can also go over here to get info, and this is great because we get 48K, 16-bit, and the number of audio channels, which is 1. If this is 2, it's wrong. We don't want stereo, remember. So 1, it's mono, awesome. It's perfect, it's named properly. So now this is a file that's ready to be sent off to Isaiah. I know that you can see this information in Windows too. I don't use Windows, so I don't know how to get there. So that is that's how we do things in Audacity. For all of you not using Audacity, all of those things I just said still apply. But if you are using a more professional DAW, something like Pro Tools or Logic or Nuendo or Cubase, there's one thing that I want you to keep in mind. So I'm going to open up Pro Tools, which is what I use, and see, this is just for this example, I'm just using a VO session that I did back in December for an indie video game. So let's, whatever this line is, say it's great, and I want to bounce it out and send it to Isaiah. So we've got, here's our standard 16-bit 48K. Interleaved is that's a stereo file, which we don't want, but you'll also see it gives you this option for mono summed. That might sound appealing to send because it sounds like what we want, but it's actually not, because it's actually taking a stereo file when we've recorded in mono, as we can see here, but it's taking both the left and right channels and stacking them on top of each other. It's summing them into one channel, so it's essentially boosting the signal, and we're liable to get clipped audio and distorted audio that way if we bounce it out this way. And we're not on a film set. We're not dealing with production audio. We're recording, we're recording at home where we can do as many takes as we want. So there is absolutely no excuse to have distorted lines. So instead, what we're going to do to solve this problem is we're going to actually bounce out multiple mono. We're going to bounce it out to the desktop. And then over here, I can go to my desktop, and then you see it split it out into two mono files, left and right. We actually, because we recorded in mono, both the left and right channels are exactly the same, so we actually don't need the right channel, and we can just throw that away. And then we can name this file whatever we need. And now, we have a file that's ready to be sent to Isaiah from something other than Audacity. So I hope that all makes sense. If you guys have any questions, feel free to contact me on Discord at any time, and I will do my best to get back to you quickly. I do audio work professionally, so any general audio questions you have as well, send them my way, and I'm perfectly happy to help. So that's about it. Thanks, guys.